One. What I've just recently discovered is that you're Sagittarius, he's a Leo, you and your brother.
Oh, yeah, I guess he is.
And I'm Aries. That's all three fire signs. I think that's quite interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well,
I literally didn't even know he was a Leo.
Strong characters.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like that? I mean,
definitely strong character. That's for sure. I don't know enough about star signs
no. Well, maybe
know.
you shouldn't. It can be well dismissed as nonsense, but sometimes I find it.
No, I totally agree with you. I used to hate it. I used to think it was such crap, but then I don't know. A friend of mine passed away, and for some reason that made it make sense a little bit to me somehow.
Really?
So then I kind of understood it a little more. I don't know what it was. It was just
well, sometimes it's a way to connect with people.
Yeah.
Because you'll say you meet somebody and go, oh, you're typical of that, and they behave like that, and they go, actually, yeah, I'm a bit like that. And they kind of look all smiley, and it's a way of getting through to people sometimes. Not that I'm sure that's a problem with you. So I'm wondering now, having the Grammys, what next? What's left? Nobel Peace Prize or something. Where are you going to go from here?
I don't know. I've been trying to think the same thing. I really what else is there? You know what I mean? The Oscars, the Grammys, the Brits, Bond song, arena tour. I don't know. I'm really living my life, my best life.
Yes.
It's been incredible. I don't know. I'm ready for whatever comes, honestly.
Now, I mean, you said actually on the stage that you felt London was your second home?
Yeah.
Did you really feel like that?
Yeah. This is I did my first headlining show here. I got a lot of friends here.
Was that the Shepherd's Bush?
No, it was the Courtyard in 2017.
And how many people were there? You reckon?
It was 150 people. Yeah. Crazy.
Wow.
It was so exciting. It was the most, I was blown away. I thought that was the biggest show I would ever play. It was 150 people came to that show, and I remember they sang the lyrics to the songs for the first time ever there, and I cried about it.
That actually is the point I was going to say. What did you feel when people started singing your lyrics back to you? How did that feel?
I'm telling you, that is something that there's nothing else I feel in life that feels like that, for real. The first time it happened was the first festival I ever played was this festival called Cross in San Diego, and I was 15, or maybe I was 14, I don't remember, 14 or 15, and 8 or 10 people showed up. It was a huge field, and 8 people were right at the front, and I sang Ocean Eyes, and 2 of the girls sang along, and I got choked up. I really did. I was oh my God, these people know my song, and it was a huge deal to me. And I remember saying to my brother, dude, if anybody ever sang along to my lyrics, I don't think I could ever hold it together. And now every single thing I do is
they
do. It's really crazy.
Your connection with these young fans, that is what's so wonderful.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's very hard to explain, I imagine. Maybe
for sure.
Can't explain. Can you? Why do you think?
I feel every time I try to explain, it doesn't do what I want it to do. It doesn't get exactly what I want it to get. You know what I'm saying? Because I think everybody loves their fans. And I think that's why it doesn't do what I want it to do, because everybody loves their fans and everybody says they love their fans because everybody does. But I just have this, I know I'm not the only person that feels this way about their fans, but there's this part of me that feels the way I feel about the fans is somehow I feel it's different than everybody else, which I know that's crap. I know everybody loves them. I just have this feeling that's feels like nothing on earth is the same.
What I want to say to you as well is that whether you made it as a deliberate statement, but what you've been wearing, this is the most fantastic gift you can give to young people, to young women. This is a generation-changing thing. This is why I'm so thrilled to meet you, and why I want to meet you and Phineas, because I think whether you like it or not, you're changing things, which is fantastic. Not many people get to do that. Mm-hmm. So do you realise how much young women are going, oh, thank you for wearing what you're wearing, because I can then wear that. I don't have to look sexualised. Mm-hmm. Tell me about that, because that's an incredible thing to do, I think.
I mean, I love it. I think it's I never even realized I was making a statement at all. I just kind of I just was wearing what I wanted to wear, you know? And then I realized after a while that people were looking at it as this, you know, groundbreaking thing, when really I was just like, I don't know, I'm just dressing how I want to be dressing. And I think what's even cooler about it to me is, or not cooler, but how I feel about it is like, if anything, if I'm going to have any sort of message, I want it to be that I'm not saying you have to wear clothes that don't sexualize yourself. I think go ahead and do that. I applaud women that are confident in their bodies and want to show it. But that's what I want to say, is that I feel like I've said this a couple times, which is sometimes when people are complimenting me for how I dress, they kind of slut shame women that want to dress more sexual. And I don't like that. That is something I've been trying to say for a while, because all I'm doing, if I'm doing anything, is trying to state something that's just wear what you want to wear, not wear what I wear. If you want to, go ahead. If you want to cover up, go ahead. If you want to show everything, you should go ahead. It's like I love girls. I love boys. I love, they should do what they want.
Should do what they want to do.
Do what they want and feel comfortable.
I'm just so glad to get that across to you, because I think it's so important.
Thank you.
And I get what you say. That you're not saying everyone's got to dress like me or else you'd be uncool. That would be very wrong as well.
Yeah.
I think when, we've seen you react with other stars who do wear very close-fitting clothes, and you're obviously very happy being friends with them, and that you don't have a problem with it. So that comes across that
they look
you're
great.
not saying you shouldn't wear that. You're not doing that.
No.
I don't think that anyone would think that. But I think it's good that you have an opportunity to sort of say that, really, because it's what I never ever say to anyone who actually turns out to be a spokesman for their generation. But nobody ever goes, oh, thanks, I really want to be. Everyone goes, no, don't call me that. Because I realise it's such a burden. Nobody wants to give you that. But I think it's been a great help, and you must get a lot of fans saying that to you. Eilish. Billie made a speech at the Brits in London, quite surprisingly frank about realising that such huge international fame has also brought about hate from online trolls. Obviously, this feeling about being sad, which she said last night, do you feel better about that now? The fact that you said what you did and that everyone gave you such a great response. But I've also seen interviews where you say, I don't look at social media. Is that the case? So you just kill it, don't look at it?
3-4 days ago, I sort of stopped looking at comments, but I still look through like my tagged photos, just because the thing is it's annoying, because it's like up until a couple days ago, it's like I just wanted to hear what people were saying. I wanted the feedback, because I like feedback. And the problem is that no matter who you are, if you're just big, people hate you, and like that's normal. I understand that, but it's like it's right there. And as somebody that grew up with the internet and laughing at memes that are at certain celebrities' expense when I was younger, and now I'm that celebrity, it's just weird. It's funny. It makes you really see it in a different way, and I think it's just like trolls just don't understand, that's all it is. It's just
I wish
like
we could make it all go away. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on about that to you. Tell me about your music, because your management, your lovely manager said that you like talking about music, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you have major influences?
Yes.
If you'd like to say who they are, I'd love to know.
Lots of them. I started with like the Beatles, clearly. And then it was like a billion people. It was like Green Day, My Chemical Romance, and then it was like Justin Bieber, and it was like Lana Del Rey and Tyler, the Creator, and Earl Sweatshirt and Odd Future. And then Childish Gambino came into my life and changed everything. And since then, it's like I'm inspired by a billion people. There's so many new artists right now that are just like inspiring the hell out of me, New artists, You just got to let yourself be inspired by whatever, and that's what's inspiring.
Where do you find new artists? Where do you personally, what is your best way of for you finding new people?
Now, it used to be like SoundCloud was like, I used to be like a god at SoundCloud, but now it's like everybody in the music industry knows everybody, pretty much. Or like everybody else knows everybody else in the music industry. But it's kind of like all the new artists, everyone in the industry knows them before anybody else does. It's really interesting. Like we were just talking about this, like people that I think are really dope is like Oliver Malcolm, Ray Ami, Big Pig is dope, Celeste is sick. There's so many that's like, you know, it like blows my mind. Like Dave, come on.
I wonder whether, growing up in LA, do you always live in LA? You come from LA right from the beginning?
Yeah.
I know that area quite well. I know Pasadena quite well. So when I met your brother, I said, where would you like to be in LA? And he told me where he's living now. And I said, would you like to live in Malibu? And we had a chat about that, about the beach. But what's interesting to me is, having grown up in that entertainment capital of the world, do you think it changed? Was it an advantage, do you think, than if you'd lived on in a farm in Idaho or something? Do you think it's a great advantage to have it all around you?
It probably was. I mean, it definitely was. I just wasn't aware of it. I think I had no clue that, like, California and Los Angeles is known for being... Like, I didn't realize that Hollywood was more than just, like, that one area. People call all of LA Hollywood, which is very weird to me. Because that place is dirty. Like, I
just think, well, everyone goes there because they want to be successful.
Yeah.
So the competition is kind of greater, but also the standards of work is better. The studios are better.
Well, everything's there. Everything's there. Everything's in
all
LA.
The British DJs, they all go out there to live now. Everyone goes there.
Yeah.
So if you come from there, that's all you've ever known, obviously. So I'm just sort of thinking, did it provide you with a great background? I mean, you've got nothing to compare it with, so you can't really say where will it take you. Do you think, are you going to be an LA baby? Do you think, or will that be, you know, you've got the James Bond, the movie world beckoning, no doubt. So do you think, I can do all that? I mean, sorry, that's a bit, I'm not putting words in your mouth.
It's okay. LA it's my home. You know, I actually used to hate LA. You know, it's interesting. I hated it. When I was like 10, 11, 12, hated it. I don't know why. It was too hot for me. It was too hot, and everybody was like there all the time. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I really didn't like it. And I think as soon as I started touring, I suddenly loved my hometown because it was my home, you know, and the weather's great there. Now that I've seen weather all over the world, LA's great. I have nothing against it. I love it there. It's really like everything I love is there. Everyone I love is there, mostly everyone. And everything I want to do, I think, is there. I kind of have this feeling I might live somewhere for like a year, somewhere else, but LA is I'm going to stay there.
So all these people who want to meet you now, from all different generations, and then all the people who've won Grammys and Barbra Streisand and all that, how does that feel? Are those people that you idolize now getting in touch with you?
It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. What's really weird is like that they're coming up to me, you know, like they're hitting me up. That is like, that makes you lose your mind a little bit. Your idols, like heroes growing up, and then it's like they're like, you're dope, you're cool, and it's like it's the most surreal thing I think that's happened so far. The Oscars was like the epitome of what I just described.
That's another experience I have to get used to. Do you feel that young people have got a bit more power now? Or if they haven't, what would you like to see happen for them?
I think they have so much power. I was just doing this thing with a bunch of teenagers that are like changing the world for good, and one of them said something that I'm going to steal right now, which she was saying that she feels like a lot of older generations are thinking in nations and not in generations. That's what she said. It was very poetic, but it's really true. I feel like that the older generation is kind of thinking like, well, in this place this is happening, and in this place this is happening, and it's not about that. It's really like, I love the idea of like, we're thinking about generations. You have to be thinking ahead of time and like think about the next generation and the generation after that and this one right now. And I think I really, really feel I'm looking forward to the future because of the teenagers right now that are moving the world and moving.
Like Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, of course, Greta.
Have you met her yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, I bet that'd be
She's
interesting.
great. I love her. You know,
I'm sure that will happen, and that would be very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. She's doing so much.
I don't know how old she is. She's about your age.
She's like 16, I think.
Yeah. So these significant figures, it's going to encourage a lot of other people to think, well, she can do it. Yeah. Who did that for you? Did you think, if she can do it, then I can? Is anybody specifically that's inspired you like that, who started out quite young, maybe? It doesn't matter if you don't have an answer.
Not really. There wasn't really anybody that I specifically remember. I mean, now that I'm actually in it, now I actually see that a lot of the artists I did grow up listening to started my age. my age then, like 14. You know, I was talking to Alicia and she was saying, you know, she was doing stuff at 14 and I was like, wow, so was I. Like, it's crazy. I didn't even know that about her. Same with a bunch of other artists. But at the time, no, I didn't have anybody at all.
Well, Billie, thank you so much. It's been wonderful to meet you. All the best for the future.
You too. Thank you.